That was a good run. And some good banter as well. Let's see what we got going on here. We're going to do at least one more, maybe two more. We'll see. Man's already done for the day. No, I was done for the day at this time yesterday, but not today. Today I'm over the moon, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Okay, today's Isaac Casino, or this instance of Isaac Casino, is Dark Judas to Ubermom. I don't know how to feel about that one. Good character, tough outcome. That's a really tough one to parse. So let me just make sure I take the character right, and we got to go alt path. That adds another little wrinkle into it. He can go down the wrong pipe on this one too. It's true. You're not wrong. By the way, someone asked what happened to Gartic. Honestly, Justin fractured his spine. So I'm not trying to make you feel bad for asking the question, but he organized the Gartic night, and then I think at the gym he literally fractured his back and went to the hospital. So I think he's indisposed, and as a result, the big Gartic thing that he was organized is postponed. I don't want to say indefinitely, but until he's feeling better, or at least until he's feeling worse. But the thing that made him feel worse is further in the distance, I guess. So I don't know how long it takes, but it's it blows extremely. Not for the Gartic stuff so much as literally he fractured his back, but. Wish for a quick recovery. Makes me feel bad for I'm like, oh, sometimes, when we lowered the baby's crib so she doesn't vault out of it, and sometimes my lower back gets a little ache in it. Oh, man. So we're basically going through the same thing right now. But it happens, this, I was telling him, obviously I haven't, been to the gym since, literally March of 2020. I remember the, tweets taken moments before disaster, right? Hey, maybe thanks to all this, COVID stuff, I should skip going to the gym for a month. Who knew? Who knew? But, when I told him that from my experience, it blows, but ego, not that he was ego lifting, but that's how you end up getting injuries that take forever to heal. I remember 3 months into working out, I was doing overhead presses, and I had I don't want to call it a spasm, but a momentary loss of muscular control in my shoulder, which midway through the extension on my right shoulder, it just kind of went whoop. And I felt something just didn't feel right. But I finished the set, and then I was I've got such good momentum going. I don't want to screw up my workout by not doing the other 2 sets. I did the final 2 sets, and that shoulder was fucked up for 3 months. Don't do that. If I know you're gonna anyway, because we as human beings are not good at learning this lesson, whether from ourselves or from other people. But if one person watching this finds themselves in a similar situation, it's way better to just cut your losses and be okay, today's workout won't be good, but we'll make sure we're good for tomorrow, than to be oh, dude, this is pretty solid. Then to possibly risk I mean, maybe even permanent injury. I didn't have permanent injury, but it was still annoying. It compromised my shoulder workouts for from March to June or something like that. Okay. Present on the secret room. You know what? I've learned my lesson. Yeah, I think running is a great example. I did not take the lesson when I ran, and my knee got a little tweaked, and I said, you could probably just run through it. And then I ended up messing up my left knee so bad that I couldn't run for like, I don't know, but probably like a year. Like it was one of the most physically painful things I'd ever experienced at the time. Just chilling. We keep betting. We bet. 98 bombs? That's kind of sick. We bet. A verped golden pill? This never ends, huh? Oh my gosh. We're still going. Oh, health down. Oh no. Stomp. We've gotten so large. We got Stompy. We got 98 keys again. Telepillsed out. Oh my god. I don't know. I think this might be like a doubter's paradise. I'm not sure. Stompy's kind of bad. Please stop. Please continue. Huge Judas. But think about how sick it's gonna be. I mean, why not, man? How sick it's gonna be when we use, like, dark arts. Okay, that one's finally done. We verped it again. You gotta say, if you don't send it on this, you're like the ultimate coward. Okay, but no more verps, please. Okay, we're done. It didn't get that chaotic at the end. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, I screwed up my leg for a long time. And then, also, like, even since then, even as recently as, like, last year, pre-COVID, I was like, I'm gonna get into running again. And then I know, like, intellectually, that, one of the #1 things about running, when you want to get into it, because I've already done it, like, once in the past, is that you start slow, and you, never push, like, just because you feel like you can. You, like, set a logical regimen and then just stick with it. And then, you know, one of my first runs, I was like, I'm not even that tired after doing, like, the couch to 5K for today. I'm just gonna double it. And then I doubled it, and the next day, like, I could barely walk because my calves were so freaking tight. You just, like, never learn it. There's like a bravado gene or something. It's just madness. Tight. I do love 99 bombs. I loved it so much, it was even 99 keys, and then I managed to make it work for me. I did the exact same thing earlier this week. I'm telling you, like, people are stupid, like myself included. Maybe myself, like, especially. Okay. Let's not leave yet. Secret room first. I'm actually, like, kind of scared for what this means on the mom fight, because I think my dodging is going to be so scuffed. We'll see, though. I did the same, but I've not been punished for it. I think, honestly, I think it's like, you're gonna make me say it. I think it's like age. Like when you're young, you kind of learn, you know, like sometimes you, as a kid, sometimes you'd like sprain your ankle in 6th grade gym class, and then like the next day, you're like, oh, I don't even feel it anymore. Or you'd like have a basketball go off the tip of your finger, and you'd be like, I'm pretty sure that's fractured. And then the next day, you're like, feel great. It hits you different the older you get. I think like, no, I know I'm not. Thank you for the raid, by the way, Daniel. Thank you. We're talking about how when you work out, you should listen to your body rather than your cojones, which I guess are part of your body, unless you're built different. Drake's in the chat. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Drake's in the chat. I'm not that old, but I'm at the point where like an injury that I would have like just shrugged it off as a preteen Now it sticks with me for like a week, and I'm pretty sure it, like, you know, after the age of 55, like, if you get a bruise, you just have it for the rest of your life. Like, I think it becomes like a tabletop RPG where you just have, like, permanent injury because a goblin, like, bit you on the shoulder or something. Also, your moles start getting really big. Yeah, that does happen. Your eyes get redder. I'm noticing that in myself for sure. It's very slight right now, but I'm like, I can start to see the first genesis of like old man eyes, where you're just like, why aren't your eyes white? There's like you got some inflammation or something. I don't know. Your knees get weak, your arms get heavy. Your shorts get wetter, absolutely, and browner. How can these pills be unidentified? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, thank you. I was actually possibly gonna forget the knife piece. We want right item, guaranteed. Beautiful. Takes a pair of brass ones. Doubter sweating? I'm telling you, like, I wouldn't even start sweating until you see the mom fight. Like, this could be a doozy. So, and I don't even know, like, I'm a little scared we're gonna live long enough to get to the knife piece being so large. Like, we got enough HP, but as the Lost, it doesn't impact us. I'm less worried about knife piece too, but you should get like just freaking owned by this. No? Oh, they finally fixed like worm hitboxes in Repentance, huh? Larry Jr. would just be like a pile of ashes right now. By the way, it's a recycled bit from a video that hasn't come out yet. I do need to take the L. I said, I hypothesized that based on the trailer, Marvel's newest film, Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. That's great. I hypothesized that it would be a rare Marvel L based on the trailer. By all accounts, from the footage, or not footage, the reactions that have come out so far, people are saying not only is it good, but possibly one of the best things that, let's go, that Marvel has done. So, you know, we'll see what the critics say, but I'm happy to be proven wrong for the record, if that ends up indeed being the case. Worst take since the smartphone thing. Hey man, the iPhone could still be a flash in the pan. I'm not convinced it's here to stay. Any day now, people are gonna realize those things are rotting our brains. No, thank you. You had 12 hearts a few floors ago? Tell me you don't know how to play Isaac without telling me you don't know how to play Isaac. The goal of the game, it's not to get to the end with the most HP. The goal is to see your enemies driven before you and to hear the lamentations of their pogs. I do wish we had more HP, but the flip side of that is I'm very happy to have the pentagram. The only heart container that matters is the last. Exactly. You also had 99 keys a couple of minutes ago. I don't know, I just can't imagine looking at the run we got here and then being a doubter. Like this This is a believer's paradise right here. Keep in mind, by the way, you might be like, oh, Ubermom's gonna save me. Yeah, we have an item attached to our keyboard right now that allows us to be permanently invincible. All we need to do is press it, and then, like, well, I was gonna say like the baby said, but we don't talk about the baby anymore. We talk about my baby, but not the baby. That's another way you know when you're getting like a little bit older, is like artists you basically never even heard of before are getting canceled. There was a great, I can't remember if it was Hard Times or if it was The Onion, but it was like the baby deemed not a good enough artist to be separated, to separate the art from the artist. And I was like, that's a very good look at take on this situation. Eric Clapton says some vile, ignorant shit. People are like, look, okay, I don't agree with the man, and I think what he said is horrible, but simultaneously, he did write Layla. The baby says some pure garbage, and people are like, get him out of here right now. Now it's Bob Dylan? Oh no, what did Bob Dylan do? I'm willing to say, by the way, not only do I not like Eric Clapton, I don't like Layla. But I think that it's not even Layla's fault necessarily. It's mostly because I have heard the acoustic MTV Unplugged version of Layla enough times to want to die. Layla, dun, got me on my knees, Layla. The original like electric version, it's got some heat on it. Like, I respect it. The acoustic version, I'm like, what, are you threatened by like amps? I don't understand. But we've gone over this many times. One of the genres of music that I, sure, why not? Let's have some fun. That I respect the least is acoustic covers of electric music. Made only worse by like bluegrass covers of rap music. Puddle of Mud covers? Oh man. I've seen a couple. Wasn't there a new one that came out recently? A new Puddle of Mud cover? I know the Nirvana one. Hey, hey, I got a new complaint. That one that's historically bad for sure. Hey, 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 not today. Not today. We gotta check the curse room. Don't skip Dream. Okay, I won't. I also will not skip Quackity. I know I'm familiar with all of the Minecraft SMP gamers. You know what I found out yesterday? I know basically nothing about Twitch. I learned a little bit about the Twitch ecosystem when I was on Schooled and interacted with some enormous personalities that I was previously unfamiliar with. I was on Twitter the other day. Did you know Jay Schlatt follows me on Twitter? I can't imagine why. I guess we take leprosy. He was on Dadcraft? Oh yeah! That's I never interacted with him, but he was on Dadcraft. Now I'm remembering. Because I remember I logged into Dadcraft one day and people were like, Schlatt's on this server? That's Tiny Planet. Oh no. You didn't interact with like 80% of them? It wasn't like a knock on any of them personally. It was just very overwhelming. There's just a lot of people on the server. I did follow Steve as well. after seeing the clip where Steven Suptic was, he was joking, but he was like, I followed your friend on, which is me, on Twitter after, like, he mentioned me being an inspiration for, like, some of the crossword stuff. And it's not like he hasn't followed me back or anything, even though he follows, like, everybody else that he's, that he added in the tweet. And, like, it's a joke, it's just he's minding it for humor. But I also was like, I do just want to say that I have no idea who follows me on Twitter. Like, of all the notifications that you get on Twitter, X person has followed you is like, I pay literally no attention to it. Mostly because it never comes in as like, X person's followed you. It's always like 900 people have followed you on Twitter today. And then it just puts their avatars up with no context. And you're like, okay. Still got it, baby. Getting a lot of clout off of that metaverse tweet. If you don't acknowledge my follow, I'll unfollow. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm very thankful for the Twitch follows. Always thankful for YouTube subscriptions. On Twitter, do whatever you want, honestly. It's a free country. The less you care about what I say on Twitter, the better it is for me, so. I blocked you long ago? Look, again, I know I just said it's a free country. Like, not following is one thing. Why the heck would you block me? I can't imagine why you'd ever be in a position to watch the stream and be like, I like what this guy's saying, but, like, just the block. It's not like I'm up in your mentions. If anything, if I don't like what people say, I just mute them. I will say, I used the shadow block on somebody, or what's it called? Soft block. I soft blocked somebody over the grocery store when I said, do you want a receipt? Gotta be about the dumbest damn question I've ever heard in my entire life. And then people were like, you know, tell me, please acknowledge my headcanon that you hate all retail workers. Just say you had a bad take and move on. Be better in the future. And then, so I soft blocked them because they followed me. It's leprosy, man. Oh, shit. I soft blocked them because that was annoying to me. And then that removed their follow from me. And then I saw, like, a couple of weeks ago that they'd followed me again. So I said, you know what? You win this round. And I just muted them. I'm still not letting you in. You might have gotten around the soft block, but you're not, Your words still have no impact on me. Beautiful. Okay. What's a soft block? It's when, if somebody follows you on Twitter, whoops, you can block and then unblock them. And then their follow is taken away. Which is like, it's a great stealth play, because to know that you're not following somebody could take a long time. You'll be like, oh, I'm like, they haven't tweeted in a while. Little do you know, I'm tweeting my tight little ass off. You just can't see it because I decided you don't get the privilege anymore. So it takes people a while to notice, which maybe gives them time to think about their actions. Ooh. Or not. Oh, baby. This is after we had such a strong doubter day in the past. By the way, I've like very, very rarely used the soft block. Mostly because I don't even think we needed to use a bomb there. The heart play. It's only under extreme circumstances. Like, Thought Slime added me in a tweet a couple of weeks ago and was like, who in NL's chat finally convinced him to start reading Graeber? And everybody was having a laugh over it. Everyone was going, ha ha ha, that's true. And then somebody replied, and I'm exercising restraint. I have their name locked in my brain right now, but I'm exercising restraint. They replied, what do you mean? He's not just reading yet another econ swindle guide and instead is reading something that would improve his quality of life? Your name will be locked in my head forever. There is no escape from that. If you wanted to not have that locked in the key value pair up in the world's biggest mental database, you shouldn't have said it, okay? That's just, there's no getting around it. What did I do? I replied and said, because they insinuated that this book made you a better person, I said, it sounds like you should read more Graeber, which I thought was a good own, but it doesn't matter in the modern day, because they got me by getting me to reply in the first place. But I didn't mute them, because I'd also seen them interact on some of my other stuff, where I was like, you know, they were largely positive about it. So, you know, it takes a lot to get really hit with anything but a simple mute for me. The mute is very liberal. If you tweet me like one thing that I find offensive, I'm like, get out of here. Yeah, get me out. Don't care fell off. The casino, the Streets Watch Eyes a casino now. I'm the guy who posted the bald head wrinkle trick on Reddit last night. I gotta know if you tried it. I did, genuinely. So it was a video of like, or a picture of a guy like squeezing his head and creating a super huge like snake wrinkle coming down the center of his head. And the tweet or the post was like, did you know some bald people could do this? And then I did it myself, and I can show you. That's all I got. I don't even know. There are wrinkles there, but I'm not creating like a... I got a freaking huge head, man. I got barely enough skin to cover this thing. It's dick skin up here. You know how many forehead exercises I do on a daily basis? I'm on pseudoephedrine to get this close to the bone. Please, I would like the trinket. That's horrifying. Yeah, I don't necessarily... I mean, the image, I don't care. I got a strong stomach, I guess, but... Woo! Like, the image doesn't bother me. It's a little weird, but... I wouldn't necessarily recommend... looking it up. Can you do the thing that got you featured in the New York Times or whatever? You had me a little spooked, because I was like, when was I in the New York Times? And then I realized you're talking about the time that Yahoo News wrote about when I finally responded. There's a huge difference between the New York Times and Yahoo News. But when they wrote an article about when I responded to the guy who was like, where do bald people know when to stop washing their face and start washing their head? And they do this to make the camera big, and then I go, where the wrinkles stop is where the skull begins. Which is true, I think. I mean, people, there's a lot of, like, bad bald takes. It's just ignorant. Like, I'm not offended. It's just annoying because, like, people think they're so clever giving you a bald joke because you're, like, the first bald person they've ever met. But every person you've ever met who has no sense of humor when you are bald is always like, hey, Q-bald, you polish that thing? And you're like, hey, good one. Your kids don't love you. You ever heard that one before? There was an article written when my acoustic foam panel fell on me, but that was not even Yahoo News. That was Dexerto, which is like the streamer TMZ. the size of this guy, man. Must have been a slow news day. Isn't that... Oh, no, I was going to say that's the clip because Co-Carnage made like a wholesome live stream fails. And people were like, NL's clip is #1 right now. And I was like, I bet it's the foam. It was not the foam. You know what it was. It was when I accidentally spray painted the SS logo in the Gulag in Warzone and then tried to cover it up and it wouldn't cover up. So then I tried to run away and then immediately all of my sprays started working again. Oh, man. It's a great clip. We'll take Abaddon, of course. Yeah, the content is not wholesome. The reaction is very wholesome, though. The Gimpy? I'm not sold on Gimpy, honestly. In a pre-repentance world, it was a little better. I think, at least. But what do I know? I'm still calibrating, man. Like how I feel about items in this new repentance ecosystem. It was a great clip, like... I remember when I was like, I'm not sure I want to put this on TikTok. Lovers might kill us instantly, so we're just gonna avoid. That was back in the day. I thought TikTok was all children, and I realized now it's actually like, you know, MLM weirdos. Did you see the article about, I'm worried this will break the game for us as well. Send it. Did you see the article about the lady who has 1 million followers on TikTok? And then it was like, how much does she make? And on in the TikTok creator fund, she makes hundreds of dollars a month. I was like, dude, what's going on with that platform? You got people on Twitch, they're full-time streamers with like, you know, 75 viewers. On TikTok, she's got 1 million followers and she's making hundreds of dollars a month in the United States of America. I'm not ragging on her, I'm ragging on TikTok. It's crazy. It's true if she made hundreds a month. I guess I didn't consider that. She could have made hundreds a month, which would, there you go, that's $10,000. Hundreds is a lot to a kid. She's like 22, man. Come on. That's an antiquated viewpoint. Warrener Beats. Thank you. The gifted subs. Thank you. I didn't blow it up. I guess I don't even have to. She makes 8K from brand deals. Yeah, I'm not trying to say like it's less about her being like potentially destitute and more about like, you know, it's crazy how like on that platform you can get maybe like hundreds of thousands of views on a video and then that equates to like a couple $100 a month. Okay. Whoa. Good lord, what happened on this run? We got a golden pill, so that's like essentially infinite pills, or at least like a high degree of them. And then it paid out with a verp that gave us another golden pill, which paid out with a verp that paid out with another golden pill. So we kind of just kept that going for a long time. What is Soul of Eden? D6 and D20. Dude, I don't care. Send it.
Soul of Eden.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough for 3 hearts, at least. But for comedic timing, if we teleport back, I'll take it. Oh my god, it's so good. It's way worth 3 hearts. Okay, comedic timing. That's why we make the big bucks on Twitch. Get out of here with your TikToks. Don't stay awake for too long. Don't something. Make a cup of coffee for your head. Make me go from that. I loved it. You know, I heard a song the other day that I knew from TikTok. I was out in the wild, and I heard a song, and then I didn't know what it was, but I knew that I knew it. And then I heard a guy go, watermelon sugar, and I was like, ah, that's watermelon sugar. That's watermelon sugar. I know that one. Watermelon ass. That's Harry Styles. I barely know who that is. I mostly know who it is from looking at the tier maker tier list the other day. Moon River Rock. Moon River Roll. He's from One Direction. Yeah, I mean, One Direction, when I see them, I move One Direction away. Uber Mom. Give me... I really actually like the Polaroid. When you can only have Spirit Hearts. Yeah, turn 360 degrees and moonwalk away. That's why they call it the Xbox 360. When you see it, you turn 360 degrees and walk towards it. Ooh. 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 Nothing wrong with those dodges. Smells like 2007 in here. That's not 2000. That's not 2007. That's Axe body spray. Oh, it smells like 2007. You mean it smells like Axe body spray in here? Oh man. Oh. Anyway, yeah, the Malice at the Palace. How about that? Prevents active item from charging. That sounds good. A lot of spiders. You're not wrong. A lot of spiders. Remember when someone in chat was like, "Hey, 6 floors ago you had 12 hearts. Now you have 4." Well, now we have 12. Where are you at? Please, would you like your name to be added to the permanent lexicon in the key value pairs for being note? I'll add a little note section in the comments afterwards. Unrepentant doubter. I did, Jay. I did. I watched the documentary, and I was a big fan of the documentary. I find it so interesting. I said it's a lot like the New York Times Britney Spears documentary, where like I lived through it, but I was a kid. So, like, whatever the talking heads on TV say, you're just like, yeah, these, you know, these athletes are, they're punching the people in the face that pay their salaries, and, like, you can't be doing that under no circumstance. And then you watch it as an adult, and you're like, I mean, if someone assaulted me, I might consider assaulting them back, I guess. Especially if I was substantially physically larger and stronger than them, because you could make them regret it, you know? And the Britney Spears one is just crazy to me because, like, at the time, you know, especially, like, when she shaved her head and stuff like that, it was just, like, it felt like guilt. And, you know, you could feel free to take me out with the trash on this one. I was, like, you know, 19 or 18 years old. You know, Britney Spears shaves her head and, you know, hits the paparazzo. You're like, whoa, she's lost her mind. And then, you know, people crack jokes about it, and you're like, ha 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 ha, that's funny. Nobody's feelings get hurt by this. Then when you watch it when you're actually, like, an adult, you're like, bro, some of those paparazzi kind of needed to get punched in the face, honestly. It seems like a serious invasion of privacy, but the culture at the time was just like, you know, oh, if you're a celeb, and even still to this day, like, I feel like with the Naomi Osaka stuff, you know, people, they're like, oh, if you're a celebrity, like, you gotta eat shit in the court of public opinion because it's us who are like, you know, we gave you this amazing life by watching so much women's tennis that, you know, if we want to bully you, well, too bad, you're rich. And I'm like, yo, you really? Because you pirated the Australian Open by watching it on like Bilasport.tv or something. All of a sudden, you paid Naomi Osaka's like $60 million salary and don't have to treat her as a human being anymore. Like, tell me more. Tell me more about how you specifically are in charge of. You're responsible for an athlete making millions of dollars. And as a result can treat them like garbage. And then inevitably, this is where you go, oh, CEO of simping for millionaires, and then you're like, it's just like, just be nice, man. We leave. We're ready and we leave. Don't forget the dice room. I'm not sold on a dice room. A 5-room on whatever this level is. I don't remember corpse, that's what it's called. I told you, I know all the Minecraft gamers. +2, +2. I did not know that about Bjork. To be honest, it might surprise you. I don't know much about Bjork's preferences in the boudoir. I do know. Did you know that Bjork had an insane fan who sent her a present in the mail that when you open it up, shot hydrochloric acid at her? That's like one of the most messed up things. I remember I heard that story like on a radio show in the mid 2000s, and I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Dude, this room is so sick with Keeper's Kin. With dark arts. You don't need dark arts. Just walk around, forehead. I now understand why Britney beat the crap out of the paparazzi that followed her. I mean, I'm with you. It's always, I mean, I don't work in Los Angeles, right? So I don't really know how like Hollywood works. But it's actually kind of hilarious to me that there are magazines that would like pay $50,000 for like a picture of Jennifer Garner smoking a cigarette on her balcony. That's kind of like it's troubling, but it's also like the funniest shit of all time. Like, how is there I guess you know those grocery store tabloids, like I always look at them like, who buys this? But I guess there's people out there who really want like a moment-to-moment update on what's going on in the relationship between Gwen Stefani and what's her husband's name? Blake Lively. Blake Shelton, thank you. I knew it wasn't Blake Lively, but I forgot. It also is, yeah, and meanwhile, Peter Parker takes these amazing pictures of Spider-Man. It's baffling how he even gets the shots, considering how elusive that the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is, and yet he gets them every single time. And he's getting paid, like, peanuts just because J. Jonah Jameson is, you know, taking advantage of him for being a child. But also, at the same time, you do have to admit that J. Jonah Jameson, in the first Spider-Man movie, is assaulted by the Green Goblin, and he says, tell me where Spider-Man is and I'll leave. And then, or who takes the photos of Spider-Man, I should say, and I'll leave. And J. Jonah Jameson says, I don't know, they come in by mail. Which honestly is like, you need someone like that in your life. Even though he might be exploiting Spider-Man's labor a little bit, he does also cover for Peter Parker, so I'll give him that one. It's always those tabloids always make me laugh. Like, I mean, I guess I'm trying not to punch down necessarily, but like, I do always look at them and I'm like, bro, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt broke up like 12 years ago. Like, do you really need to have like this encyclopedic knowledge over like what's... Angelina won't let Brad see the kids next week. Angelina and Brad tell all. And you're like, guys, come on, man. Just let it go. It was a long time ago. As a kid, though, I'll be honest, I thought Us Weekly was like a real serious magazine. Like, I thought it was like Time, Newsweek, The Economist, and then right there in the top of the top was Us Weekly. It took me until I was an adult and started buying my own groceries where I was like, Us Weekly is like a soap opera. People, man, yeah. Time and people, the two most precious resources in our country. How could they not be on equal footing? Okay, fair enough. Okay, try again. Is it really not US Weekly? Like, no, I like the USA Today. It's the USA Today. But it is, I'm telling you sincerely, it's Us Weekly. Like, these are the things that are going on in our life. If you're Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie. Or Gwen Stefani or Blake Shelton. Or, wait, there's more. They're really going hard on the Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes stuff as well. Yep, our 75th annual Princess Diana retrospective. That was just a perfect opportunity for dark arts, but... Oh, man. Easy mode. We are going to lose, though, because we're not finishing the run with 12 hearts, which is, like, the most important thing. Princess Diana stuff happens outside the UK. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm assuming that maybe there's shades of this not just in Canada, but in, like, obviously a little bit in America, but in, like, the post-colonial nations, like, in the Commonwealth, I should say. Australia, New Zealand, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Because, like... people, I would say, over the age of 80 in Canada have, like, a reputation for fucking, like, loving the royal family. Like, my grandma, when I was a kid, she was all about Fergie. Not the... Like, I knew Fergie not as the Black Eyed Peas singer, because that was, like, before I was... Or that happened, like, when I was 14 or something. But as, like, the Duchess of Essex or whatever the heck she was... My grandma kept me very well informed about the comings and goings of Fergie, who I don't even know, like, Fergie, Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York. She's the former wife of Prince Andrew. Oh, man, to be a fly on the wall at that household. Yeah, I don't know why she was that famous. I guess maybe... I mean, she was a royal and then also relatively young and vivacious, but... Anyway, beats me, man. People, older people in Canada, and by older I mean like octogenarians, they got, they got some fondness for the royal family here for sure. They're like the original influencers.